And we're live! Hello and welcome to the fourth episode that we have every other weekend with myself, Maddie ALLin, and TMoney from FreedomTV.info. And we're here to talk about the upcoming HEX Conference, how to get your tickets, to review the price of HEX going up and to the right, and much, much more. Welcome, Tony.
Oh, hey. Well, no, good. I'm feeling good. I'm really excited for what's happening in the community. We've been really here at Freedom TV pretty busy with our own streams, and also the tour, the 555 tour, and of course the HEX conference. So we're just let's head it off. And so if you guys have any questions or any want to ask us anything, what's going on, or want to be part of it, just let us know, my friends.
And you guys have been doing a great job. We're going to run the intro and then get right into it. Hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks for being here, everybody. Tony, can you believe the price of HEX and what it's doing right now?
Oh my God, I can't even believe it. It's just off the hook, right? I was like, what the hell's going on, right? Who's been coming in? Who's the big whales? Is it whales only?
Yeah, they're all trying to feed off of the scarce supply that seems to just keep getting more and more scarce. And this is what many of us have been predicting, what you predicted and I predicted. But it's still a shock to see it actually happen. It's one thing to know the future or to have your guesses, but then to actually live it is quite an experience, isn't it?
I mean, we were doing the workshop. So our tour, the tour 5555 tour, just launched yesterday, September 3rd. Here in Vegas was the first workshop. It went without a hitch. We got 9 new onboarders. We gave away 5,555 HEX at the workshop. So someone was really happy. And we were watching the price go up as the workshop was going, and everybody was so impressed. So we were
you can't beat that.
Right. It was just right timing.
A live demonstration that goes right. I mean, there's that time Elon took a sledgehammer to one of his cars and got unexpected results. But here in HEX, it seems like things are going to the moon much faster than even he could imagine.
All right. I just, you've seen the RH's streams, right? He's elated. He's already buying Ferraris and watches, and I don't know what else.
And if people want to know more about the psychology of Richard and his marketing strategies and his having a really big brain and a really big heart, I know Blaze Makes Music and I will be doing our monthly psychology stream tomorrow. Normally we do it on Saturday nights, but we had to schedule it for tomorrow night so people can tune in here right on this channel. And I think people will be tuned into the price probably as we continue to move higher and higher. I know that I've gotten some messages, right, just from members of the community, people I don't even know, who have been messaging me and say, hey, I'm back. I sold and now I'm buying higher. I'm back in HEX. And there's a lot of that going on right now. And that's one of the factors that Richard has talked about, people will buy higher, and now we're actually seeing it happen.
Right. It's true. I was talking to Crypto Black Sheep, his story. He sold back, before the big payday, and now he's buying back. So it's these examples are true, and people don't know what's going on, right? I mean, if you really listen to and really understand the potential that Hex is, with all the T-share mechanism, holy
Whoa.
smokes, it's at 32 cents. I think when we were talking just right now, it was at 30 cents, right? It just went up 2 cents. Holy smokes. I'm baffled. I don't know what to do. I'm like, how to say, I'm in shock.
Yes.
I'm in
shock.
It
is shocking.
It is.
It is shocking.
It's like, I need a minute to like digest what's happening here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally am with you there. And it's, these are also times I'll go ahead and plug my other show because I think it's super relevant. We talk about sudden wealth syndrome on hextherapy.live on Thursday nights. And Tony, it was this week. I've been doing Hex Therapy every Thursday for 43 weeks. It was this week I noticed for the first time that we had more people in there for therapy than we did for Hex. And it was Hexicans, but the conversation had changed because people need Hex therapy now that Hex has gone up 6,000x. It's like everybody imagines, if I just had more money, then it would be nothing but sunshine and rainbows and fairy dust and stuff. But in reality, it comes with a lot of responsibility. It comes with a lot of decision making, and can change people's lives in a lot of ways that stop them from being grounded. And so people refreshing how to have healthy relationships with themselves and others, how to work on their self-esteem. Whenever money is going to amplify who you are as a person, it doesn't hurt to be working on yourself. And that's what I do. And that's what many of the people who watch the show do. So people can check that out. And Mount Corner has a funny one here. I need a gas fee therapy. There you go.
Right. Wow. Those gas fees, oh my God, they're getting out of proportion here, right? I mean, so we really need Pulse to happen because these gas fees are just going off the hook. It's just off the rails. What was it? My last unstake it cost me $220 to unstake.
Wow.
Yeah. But the good thing, it was a pretty big stake, so I was not that hurt or butt hurt. But imagine if you had it was $1,000 unstake, right? You're 20%, right?
I mean, there's no reason to get robbed to stop double spends. It's a technical problem that the technology has gone beyond. The technology of proof of stake is superior than proof of work, which is what's causing the high fees. But it's the corruption in the crypto space that nobody wants to talk about, right, on their mainstream channels, that is causing the failure to adopt the better technology. And guess what happens when industries get so stuck and so corrupt that they lose all ability to compete, and all they're riding on is the network effect and beating up their users. What happens to those industries, Tony?
Yeah, they just get swallowed up, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's just done, jacked, out of here, right?
Yes.
You're out. So
if you, Vitalik and Ethereum developer gang that I see on YouTube meeting every month and not getting anything done, right? If you all think that you can rob millions of users every day and that they're not going to come for your bags later on, you are wrong. And I can already tell you that there is a group that's coming. It's called PulseChain. And we're coming. We're going to eat your lunch. We're going to eat your dinner and all the other things that people say, right?
Right. So I don't know who's the winner chicken dinner right here, right? If you were on day one, my hat to you. I was not on day one, unfortunately. I just didn't know about it. Ignorance, right? However, I'm so glad that I'm actually grateful for my past self that did the right moves.
Yes.
To set me up to win today. And
yes.
And I'm probably gonna do the same thing for my future self. So
yes.
It's kind of weird. I'm talking to myself now a lot more, Maddie. Am I going crazy for talking to myself?
It depends what the result of the talking to yourself does, right?
Right.
If you're talking to yourself to improve yourself, to boost your self-esteem, or to plan for your future, those are some of the most healthy things that you can say. Whereas, if people are talking to themselves in ways that are not productive or adaptive, then we like to ask more questions.
Right. So I just wanted to switch a little bit. I want to give a shout out to the Crypto Spabel, the German Austrian team that is doing awesome work for our community. They have it all planned out, 40 stops. There's going to be actually more than 40 workshops because they're going to do multiple workshops at different cities. You can go to FreedomTV.info. We have a calendar. You can click on the calendar and the workshop near you if you want to.
Now, Tony, while I bring that up, I know that I've seen a lot of people on this channel who are new, and I wanted to just give them just a little bit of the context of the details that you're launching into for everybody who's been here for a while. So Abit and Patrick are OG members of the HEX community. They've been around since before HEX was launched, and they teamed up. They actually, Abit helped me make some of my first graphics when I was doing my first shows and wanting to contribute to HEX. And these two gentlemen have now made it their mission to onboard as many new people into HEX as possible. And they're, at their own cost, they're traveling around the United States in beautifully wrapped and perfectly packaged HEX and Pulse wraps with their vehicles that they're using. And so they're going to be doing all kinds of workshops. I predict that HEX will go viral. You will see it on mainstream media, and everybody will be talking about HEX more than they have ever talked about Bitcoin. That will happen in the next 4 months. And so everything that people are doing now, such as what they're doing, it's going to grow so exponentially that I think it's going to be very overwhelming. But we have so many people who are preparing now, and that's what we're doing with this stream to get ready for the major conferences that are going to be happening around HEX. And really, the attitude in this community of cross promotion and collaboration, I think, is also something to brag about. And so I want people to know that we're all working together. And the U.S. road trip that these two are embarking on, they're going to be having many people join them. It's going to be a caravan of people. Definitely don't want to mess with them, but they'll be doing. Is it right that they'll be doing a variety of celebratory and more professional types of stops? There's going to be a little bit of something for everyone.
Yeah, there's a little bit for everyone. So, like, for example, we did our launch was, if you go to our freedomtv.info, if you scroll down, we have our calendar, right? So scroll down a little bit. There you go. So there's an upcoming events right on the 7th. Actually, the boys, they're going to drive on the 6th I know it's Labor Day weekend, so we're probably going to hit some traffic down to San Diego. So our first meetup is on September. Actually, the second meetup is September 7th. That needs to be if you want to click on that, you can see all the stops that they're doing.
Cool.
And you can participate. You can if you go to the Telegram, the t.me/US road trip, you can if you want to participate and actually contribute to the stop, and if it's a city near you, we do need help. We need more hands to just help out setting up, maybe even getting a venue, showing up and with your people, putting the word out in your city. If you want yours, if you don't see your city on the road trip, please let us know. We can probably, hopefully, depending on the schedule, maybe slip yours in there. For example, we had this one Hexican. He was so adamant. He's like, I want a stop in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, PA. And we're like, okay, we'll make it happen. And fortunately enough, it was right on the road trip. So, we didn't divert too far. So we definitely made that happen for him. He's elated. He's pretty much putting the whole thing on. We're not your, we're not the local people. We need your local expertise. And of course, if you want a good venue or a good workshop, be there, be the leader, step up to the plate, right? We're calling all Hexicans now. Really, if you see it at 32 cents right now, that's what made me raise my hand the first time that we did our Vegas meetup. Maddie, I didn't know you, right? I swear we didn't know each other like maybe 4 or 5 months ago.
Correct.
And right? And now we're like besties, right? Now
I've stayed at his house twice on two separate trips to Vegas, and
then I met Maddie's dad and family, and of course Maddie's met my family, and these are long-term relationships that we're going to be doing, because unfortunately I've lost relationships because of Hex, because people don't understand, because I'm talking about it the whole time. I'm wanting them to onboard, and they're like, oh, TMoney, stop talking about Hex. It's, that's a scam, that's a FUD, that's a whatever, right? And now now they don't want to talk to me because they don't want to hear that I told you so, right? Yeah. Unfortunately. And which is even more heartbreaking, because I want them to join me. I don't mind them onboarding now. It's still early. 32 cents is still cheap. I mean, what if Bitcoin crashed tomorrow to 32 cents? You don't think you'll be buying, right? So this is the potential that we're having. Yeah, and it's pumping up hard. I mean, hardcore. So, it's funny because I just onboarded someone a week ago, and at 20 cents, and they were like complaining, and now they're not complaining. They're like, oh my God, thank you, Tony, for, TMoney for, onboarding me in a big way, when I said. And so I was like, great, let's do it. So it's just unbelievable what's happening.
And that's the thing about Hex, is that it's not based on the fiat price. And so the value comes from the Hex, not from the USD. And this is something that psychologically we still need to get our heads around, because our unit of account, which is one of the properties of money, is the US dollar, because it's the world reserve currency. But the world reserve currency has changed 6 times in the past 600 years, and the dollar's been in charge for 100 years now. And so Hex is next, and Hex pays interest in Hex. Mm-hmm. And not only can it keep that promise, but what that means is that all the interest that you earn in Hex, if the dollar price continues to go up, it will retroactively apply, because you weren't able to sell your interest early along the way. And so what we're seeing is that people who have been in Hex for a day or two, you know, the amount of interest that they were paid on previous days keeps going up as the price keeps going up because of the scarcity mechanism. And so Hex is not limited at all. And when we look at the 35% APY that's being paid to people who stake an average of about 5.8 years, what we know is the rule of 72 in investing says that that you double your money every time your percentage yearly return adds up to 72. And so if you're getting 35% APY, then it takes you 2 years to double your money. And that's without price appreciation. That's just in Hex. And so that's where the value is really coming from, is the fact that you are being paid to make Hex more scarce by locking it away from yourself and sending it to your future self. And that's where the value comes from. And so that's why we expect it to continue to go up, because people having the ability to save money for their future selves, to pay their future selves, I think that is an extremely valuable product.
Yeah. So, you know, like I was saying, it's kind of weird because like almost a year ago, I was doing my stake. So today I'm so grateful for myself, right?
Yes.
My past self. I go, past TMoney, thank you very much.
Thank you
for thinking about me, right? My present self. And of course, my present self is going to do the right moves and the right decisions for my future self. And hopefully I'll be thanking my past self again in the future. So It's kind of weird, right? So like I said, it's kind of crazy what's going on. You know, do you have, I mean, so I'm talking to people on the community. So I got Barry and some of my local people, and you know, the same thing. They're so grateful that even though they came in maybe at 15 cents, 10 cents in Hex, you know, that's a 3x, right? At 10 cents,
yeah.
If you came in, that's a 3x. And it's just in a few months. I mean, who can say they're doubling their money every 45 days? That's just unbelievable. I'm in cloud 9 because even I'm a financial planner by trade, and I don't know. I don't know what to tell my clients. I'm like, hey, you know, and of course, I don't even know what to say, like, for the future. Like, what's the future to hold with Hex? I mean, if it keeps on with the trend, if you think about it, right? Exactly. So every 45 days, it's been doubling. So if you look at the trend, so the next, right now it's at 32. So it went from 1 cent to 2 cents, 2 cents to 4 cents, 4 cents to 8 cents, 8 cents to 16 cents, 16 cents to 32. That's today, 32 cents. So what's the next doubling in the next 45 days? So if it's at 32, the next doubling is 64 cents.
And that's without going viral. That's without anybody
being on Coinbase, without being on Binance exchanges. You know, all those big, massive exchanges that take your money. It's not even on there. This is
pre-viral price appreciation.
Yeah, this is word of mouth.
Pre-viral exponential growth.
Yeah, it's people like us, Maddie, RG3, Nerd Girl, going out there, you know, and saying, putting themselves out there and saying, here I am. This is the project I'm involved in. You know, we're not getting paid really for what we do. It's just because we're so happy about the gains and the actual results. And we're talking about this product because I've been in crypto since 2013. I've been rug pulled so many times, it's not even funny. I mean, it's just, and I still was in the space. I still believed in the technology. I still believed in people doing the right thing. I was
Freedom.
positive, you know, even though things were like not, you know, it's the Wild West. So there was no exchanges back in the day in 2013. I mean, there was a couple, but it was just, I was street trading. I was just me and another person connecting and saying, hey, do you want to get into this technology? So, you know, the future is now. I mean, I remember talking about like what the future is going to look like. I mean, they were talking back in 2013, 14, 15, you know, using a debit card to pay for your, you know, using your crypto on a debit card to pay for your stuff. And that's happened. It's done. That's a done project. I mean, it's you know, you have, and then of course now you have exchanges that are on their own chain. You know, if you want me to predict what the future looks like in the crypto space, I mean, as a whole, is you're going to go to Chevron or Arco to the gas station, and you're going to have the Chevron coin, right? You're going to have two prices, just like you see today, cash and credit card, right? And of course, if you use your cash, the gas price is lower. So you're going to have your Chevron is going to have its own coin. You know, every Fortune 500 is going to have their own coin. So, you know, you're going to be able to pay in a Chevron coin or in cash and fiat currency. And Chevron's going to say, no, 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 I don't want fiat currency no more. I want my own coin. Yeah, I want people to buy with my own coin because it's a lot better. Now, Hex, what people, I don't think people understand. Hex is your legacy wealth coin. That's what it's meant to do. That's what it's for. It's to ride the wave of wealth transfer. You know, these are all this, it's a wealth transfer. That's exactly what's happening. You know, instead of, we were centralized so many years with the Fed and the banks, you know, now you have the choice to uncouple, to actually break the chain from the bank and say,
That's right.
I choose Hex for my wealth creation. I don't rely on the bank to create my wealth or even the S&P 500. You have choices. You have freedom now. Now it's not you know, centralized. This is decentralized DeFi, real DeFi, not your, which is so exciting. You know, what Richard Hart's created is a coin that's really for the people, by the people, right? And so you can be on the cutting edge. That's why we're calling all Hexicans right now to go out and say, hey, you know, talk about this. You know, don't spend too much time with the naysayers. Why? That's too much energy. We got to get to the people that don't know, that they're ignorant about this and they don't know what's going on. And so this is where why when we met in Vegas at the meetup, I was definitely identifying people, like-minded people that want to grow in the Hex space. Richard Hart is calling on us. He's tied. He can't do this for us. We have to do it for ourselves.
He brags. He brags about the work that you and I have done being decentralized.
Mm-hmm.
The Hex Meetup, the first Hex Conference that I put on, Richard has many times bragged about how he wasn't involved in the planning of that the community came to him. And that's part of the point of crypto, is being decentralized, just like you're saying. And so that's what's so exciting, I think, to a lot of people, is that this is that it's actually happening, right? And I think it's really interesting that centralized institutions, they love controlling things and taking shortcuts, even if they have to lie to us about it. And so the lie that's being told now is that Bitcoin is decentralized and that it's going to set the people free, when governments and banks are getting all up into it more than ever. And so, so that's what's so exciting. And shout out here to Motley. I am looking forward to watching your stream as soon as we get off here, and keep up the good work that you're doing. I really appreciate you there. And let's see, Hextech 16, I went ahead and just messaged you about that so we can get you all set up. And somebody has a question about when is PulseChain launching. It will launch when the time is right. Right now, the time is right for Hex to keep going up in price because people are waiting for PulseChain and realizing how good of an idea it is. So I expect that it will be launched at the precisely the time that will be best for all of us, because that's when Hex was launched, at the time when it was the best for all of us, at the very bottom of the bear market. And we have lots of history to back up that Richard does things with perfect timing.
Yeah, me personally, I think it's done. The project is done. It's just Richard Hart is waiting for the right timing to launch Pulse.
And building more, yeah.
Because if you notice, he's playing, right? He's going out, shooting guns, buying a Ferrari, right? And, you know, if he was worried about the Pulse chain and the bugs that's happening, and if it was not, he wouldn't have been doing those things. You know, based on results, you know, I think he would be working instead of playing if it wasn't done. So I feel it's going to happen very soon. This is my feeling. It's just my intuition. He's just trying. I think he's just wanting to see the pump up go up, and then get as much people in before the fork, because yes, he wants to benefit the most people as possible, right? And so, yeah, I think it's a great thing that he's kind of waiting, because we need to onboard more people. Blaine One, he was talking about the mask situation here in Vegas for the convention. I don't think you need to worry about that. I mean, sure, you're going to meet it at the convention, and the actual space is really big. We are going to practice some social distancing, obviously. Of course, we're going to indoors. We're going to have your masks that you need to put on just by Nevada mandate. However, like if you're going to be outside, there is going to be some venues that are going to be outside, so you're not going to need your mask, especially if you're going to go on the pool or walk around outside. You don't need to walk with a mask and outside.
I'll tell you my opinion on this. So we will prevail. We will, overcome. I think those of us who got the chance to do a Hex meetup already, it's worth it. I would go to a Hex meetup, if I had to have my hands tied and literally like wearing a mask or not wearing a mask. It's not going to stop me from being with the members of my community in a way that is going to be legal and, is going to, right? Because that's really, we're putting this together because we're going to be in person. And so we're going to have a lot of special content, a lot of special activities. We're going to have workshops. We're going to have a lot of things. Like I'm rolling this out slowly, because if I told you all the stuff that we already have planned, nobody would be able to get a ticket. So those of you who are not reading between the lines, those of you who are not recognizing that the FOMO is now, this is planned, it is awesome. Yep. And if you don't get on buying a ticket, you will not get a ticket. People will come in who have less Hex than you, and they will buy your ticket, and you will not be able to come to this event because it doesn't matter how much space we get. Right now, we have enough room for 1,369 people, we have twice that much space, so we can move people around to different types of activities and still have all the chairs set up. So we'll have really a seamless scientific conference, main stage, giant auditorium, as well as breakout rooms and much, much more. And so we've already expanded this space. Tony and I met with the executives here at the World Market Center just 2 weeks ago. Yep. I'm going to share the screen for that as well. But these tickets, they're going to run out because HEX is going to continue to become more and more popular as it makes more and more millionaires. Already, we do not have enough space for all the people who HEX has made a millionaire. And the price of the tickets isn't going to change. So we want you to stop. It doesn't matter to us, but those of you who we want to see there, I think, the rational thing to do is to save your $369 and keep it in HEX. But realistically speaking, if HEX has made you a millionaire, I think you can afford to peel off $369, which after you've done a 5,000 X is less than 10 cents of what you put in.
So I used my other crap coins to buy my ticket, by the way.
Yes, we have bought, even the organizers ourselves are buying tickets to make everything fair. So go ahead and get them now before they sell out. This week's tickets are over half sold out, and that's before any of the orders I've seen come through on the stream just now. So
what we did and why we chose this venue of World Market Center, because the space that we rented out is 100,000 square feet. In 100,000 square feet venue with high ceilings, by the way, they have 20-foot ceilings, actually 30-foot ceilings. So the reason why is because of this whole COVID thing, right? So, the mask mandate and that kind of thing. So we have way more space than people. And the reason why is because for any weirdness that happens, this is going to go on. This is my town. I'm going to tell you. And if they try to stop us, they got to go over my dead body first. So
Hex clips, coin clips.
Yep, this is happening, guys. You know what I mean? I don't care about this little bug that nobody can see that's going around. That's not going to stop us. Absolutely not. I guarantee it. I guarantee you that. Because I'm TMoney and this is my town. And I know people, and I'll tell the governor to open up just for us.
Y'all heard it here
in that
first.
Statement, you think that I'm not serious? I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
I know how serious you are, so I can back that up. And the crowd is going wild, by the way. And I know we have Tony. Our streams here have been getting now like way over 1,000 people watching every time we do a stream on the Vegas conference. Is up to like 1,500, and so I know because there are 2 other HEX streamers presenting right now at the same time, I know that there's gonna be a lot of people watching on the replay. That part right there, the crowd goes wild.
Oh yeah, you think so? I mean, it's just it is what it is. You know what I mean? And that's why, Maddie, a lot of people trust us at FreedomTV.info because we deliver. We deliver. It might not look like what you thought it's gonna look like. However, we go above and beyond, right? I mean, you guys had the meetup here. That's why I rose my hand. That's why I'm calling all Hexicans.
Yes.
So, do good in your own community. That's the best thing to do, is to raise your hand and get someone into HEX and change their lives forever, right?
Yes, forever.
Forever. Oh, the mayor? Oh my gosh. So Crab Steak, he says the mayor must be in a lower league than TMoney. Actually, that is true because she's she's a lame duck. Sorry, the expression, but that's a political expression. She's not. She's already termed out, and I'm helping actually the new person that's going to be the mayor of Las Vegas. I'm lobbying for him to be the new mayor of Las Vegas. Absolutely, and I know exactly who that is, and I'm not going to say the name right now because he's keeping it under wraps. He's running for city of Las Vegas mayor. And he's African American. That's the only hint I'll give you.
Boom. Crypto baller.
Because we need more minorities in political office because this is bullshit what's going on. So you heard it here. And I want to emphasize to people, we are not telling you how awesome this is going to be because we still want people to be able to buy tickets. And the tickets are going to start selling out instantly. We put them up on Tuesday nights during Quant Gang. And it's only, I think there's a total of about 33 weeks since we started selling tickets until the event happens. And that breaks up the tickets to about 35 to 45 tickets a week. And at some point, they're going to start selling out instantly. And people are going to cry to me and to Tony, and we're going to say, where were you? Why didn't you listen to us when we told you how to get a ticket on the down low? So yep. I don't want to say I told you so. That's heartbreaking to me, right? So, when you come to me and say, I don't have a ticket, we're all sold out. And I'm like, I told you so.
Where were you? Where were you? We were planning this, and better luck next year.
It happened in the meetup too. We had venues were like, the venue for the speakeasy, we actually had way more people than it could hold. Actually, what I had to do was use my influence, and they had to open up in a whole other section, and they took out the last because they have a tour, and so they actually rushed the tour for us.
Nice.
So that they can open it up. We had the VIP room, we had the main bar area, and then we have the microbrewery, which was not in the cards. They actually opened that door up for us because, I apologize that some people had to stand outside for like 15-30 minutes because
that's part of the experience.
Yeah, I guess so, but it's still, it was not about,
we didn't plan that.
We didn't
because we didn't plan to have so many people. And we are. That's why we have to limit the ticket sales, because we're not going to water down the experience for the people who are getting in now.
Yeah, and so I want to get people in, so definitely get people in.
Another order just came through for tickets. And
nice.
I just want to brag on us a little bit because the first Bitcoin conference had a secret place to meet up and drink, but it was not in an old federal courthouse that the mob took over and made into a museum of themselves. So just for all you Tone Vases out there watching the show, too bad. Hex is already better than your little first Bitcoin meetup. So Authentics is asking a question, and so Tony, I had asked you to let me know our policy on this for somebody who's a Hexican who's 19 years old and wanting to come to the conference.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So you can come to the conference and to the main venues in the meetings if you're 19 years old, okay, 18 and older. Unfortunately, like gambling, drinking, nightclubbing, unfortunately, because we are going to have a nightclub event, that you have to be 21 years old. I apologize about that. That's something, it's federal mandate. That's something that I can't overturn. Unfortunately.
And this venue is not filled with gambling machines. It is not filled with alcohol. This is a conference center, and so you're really not going to miss out on much. Thankfully, if we had been holding this at one of the actual casinos, then you would be much more limited. You'd have to keep walking through the lobby and stuff. You can't stop and watch people gamble. But yeah, I used to go to Las Vegas for scientific conferences and to do my work before I was 21, and I had a great time. I did not break any of the laws there, and there's going to be plenty of networking. There's going to be networking events almost constantly, and then there are going to be socials every day. And those are not, they're not going to be excluding you, I don't think, because it's just on the last night that we're going to have the nightclub set up in the conference area. And so that would be the only thing that would be limiting, but there will be plenty for you to do. I would love for you to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on out, Authentics. There's still a lot of stuff that you can do. You can hang out at the pool. You can hang out at your hotel. We're going to have the Cirque, not Circus, okay? It's the Cirque on Fremont Street. It's a brand new hotel. There's the Golden Nugget across the street. That's going to be the overflow for people. So those are the two hosting hotels and casinos. There's the V line that you can do on Fremont. There's a lot to see on Fremont Street, which is about walking distance from, if you want to walk maybe half a mile to the venue from Fremont Street, that's how far it is. Or you can, actually March is going to be a beautiful day. And you can even actually rent a bike, like a actual bike from Fremont Street to the venue. Which is cool. Or you can go on one of the shuttle buses that'll be shuttling. Also, there's a lot of stuff that you can do, that's not 21 and older. Okay. You got if you're an outdoor person, there's the Lake Mead. You can go out to Lake Mead. You can do Hoover Dam tour. You can do the there's a nice place up in the cabins up in the forest. It's about 45-minute drive. It's beautiful out there. You can rent a cabin. It's called Mount Charleston. So there's quite a bit. So if you
I've been hiking up there. That's really nice.
There's the Coca-Cola Center and there's Dave and Buster's that we can hang out on. There's all kinds of stuff. There's just all kinds of stuff to do. There's shows that you can go to. You don't have to be 21 and older. So great, So just look at your start planning your itinerary. Maybe meet up with your other 19-year-olds, right? And that want to hang out and hang. There's the, you guys can go to the because that's 18 and older, is the Battlefield Vegas. You guys can shoot some guns if you guys want to. There's so much to do. So, the conference is going to be pretty much your biggest, time-consuming place. That's where you're going to meet. We're going to have networking events. We're going to have food. By the way, we're going to provide food for you guys. So lunch is provided. Breakfast and dinner is not. So you guys got to make arrangements for that. Okay.
So for the hotel, we will announce the discount link here coming up in one of the next live streams. To cope with too many all-time highs, watch hextherapy.live on this channel on Thursday nights. Do you have a forest in Nevada? Yes. It's called
Mount Charleston, by the way.
Mount Charleston.
It's 45 minutes away from.
If people are trying to link up with people who are maybe your same age or your same interest, I would recommend t.me/Hex Meetup is what we used for the Hex Meetup in Vegas. So those are all people that have already done a meetup with us, and you might be able to find other people who are your same age or same interests. In the Telegram group for this conference, I don't have the chat enabled yet, and that's PulseHex.com is the Telegram for that. But those are the two channels. The Hex Meetup chat you can actually discuss with other people, and so hopefully that's helpful to y'all. And I know that the PulseHex.com, which is the where the schedule is coming out, that's going to get a major update here in the next couple of weeks. Like I said, there's a lot of things that we're waiting to announce as far as the program goes, especially to be considerate to all the speakers and the program that we have. I did just see, though, that we sold another 2 tickets. I want to make sure we're not selling out already because I still need to get a couple tickets.
So, yeah, so if you guys want to, I mean, so it's going to be in March, so you guys can even hang out afterwards, especially for the Hexicans that made mad gains by then and want to do something great. There is, I recommend also after the conference, because the conference is going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
Sunday.
Yeah, starts on Sunday and then it closes on Wednesday. So you can stay the whole weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you want, and stay the whole week. I recommend also there's going to be some great skiing if you want to go skiing in Utah. Utah is about an hour and a half away. It's called Bryan Head. You can go skiing. There's really good powder out there if you guys like skiing, snow skiing, right? I mean, there's all kinds of shows you can go to. All the shows are open now. So just they're going to ask to, your mask and also they're going to do social distancing. That's about it, People are pretty nonchalant, about nobody really is going to ask for a card. Only if the big, huge venues, like if you want to go see a football game, that's more than 10,000 people or more, they are requiring having a vaccinated card or showing that you've been you're not COVID positive. So, but in our event, it's not going to go that way.
Yeah, I mean, so here's what I would say though, is that like as an organizer of the event, like we will have a policy, it will be written. And since we haven't published that yet, you should just assume that that we will follow whatever we have to, and we will, use our influence accordingly. But there is a no refund policy. So if you don't like one of our policies that we end up with, you can sell your ticket to someone else, and we'll have that written up as well in the next week or two. But really, what I want right now is people who love Hex so much and love meeting up with other Hexicans so much that they're the ones buying the tickets. If you're like deciding, oh, maybe I don't want to go because I'd have to wear a mask or I'd have to, make a fake vaccination card or make a real one or something, then maybe we should save the space for people who are really focused on going, but I don't want to get too political. So now I'm going to show you pictures that I took of the convention space, and you can see how high the ceilings are and how easy it is to spread out so people don't cough on each other. And this is where they were set up for a market, which is going to be a lot different than what we're providing. But this gives you an idea of all the people that spoke at the last online Hex conference that we organized. And so it's going to be on the same days that we're going to have the first part of this Hex conference online, and then the second part will be in person in Las Vegas. And so you can see all of the familiar faces, in Hex were all present at that talk. And then this is just an example of a schedule. This is not the final schedule, but this is just showing you basically the outline that oh, that's missing the days. I forgot. a slightly more updated version here that has which days we're dealing with, that it would be, okay, yeah, sorry. Tony, I was thinking of the online conference that had a Sunday in it, but this is just, you were right. It was Monday is the day that it starts, goes through Thursday. And it's going to be several hours long, and it's going to have talks and panels and workshops and lunch and more workshops and more talks and keynote speeches and networking and social events and a concert nightclub. And that's all we are telling you right now. So much more. So many awesome details. Not going to tell you yet.
Oh, by the way, I think you have this wrong. It is a Sunday.
Is it?
Sunday, yeah.
Oh, no. Okay.
On March the 6th, so you can change that.
Good thing this is just a draft.
Yeah. And it goes to Wednesday. So 6th through the 9th is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yes. Okay.
2022.
Cool. Scratch this. Okay. Let's go back to the one that doesn't have the days on it. Perfect. Awesome. So that's something that everybody can look forward to. Paul says, great work, you guys. I love what we are creating. My brother James and I have already purchased our tickets, and we are so excited. Any chance we can get involved with the planning? Absolutely. We would love to get your input. And let me go ahead and say that I'm going to turn on comments. So join the Telegram group, t.me Pulse Hex Com, and then what's going to happen is if we create another group just for chatting, or if we turn on the comments there, then you will be one of the first to know because you're checking that Telegram group. So I'm going to drop the link for that again. And that's really what we love to see is people getting involved. And so thank you all so much for coming out. I want to just double down on this thing that the tour has begun, 40 cities. And here's an example of one of the cars that Abed and Patrick will be driving around.
That's the Pulse car.
That's right.
The PulseChain.com car, and it's a Q7 Audi. It's sweet.
So amazing. So amazing.
Yeah, the backside? Or is just that the only picture you got?
There we go.
There you go. There's FreedomTV.info.
FreedomTV.info.
Yep. And it's plated in Nevada. It starts in Nevada and it ends in Nevada. And someone asked if they're going to stop in Albuquerque. Yes, actually they are. It's going to be in February 19th. So it's one of the last stop before getting back to Vegas. The last stop for the tour is the conference. So you'll get to see the cars. It's the three cars is a Q7 Audi, an R8 Audi. That one has not been wrapped yet, so that's why we're not. You don't see any pictures of it. And then there's the Ford Expedition Max. That's the film crew. They're driving, and that's the Staker app car that you're going to be seeing. Actually, we got to pick it up today at 1. So after this, I'm picking it up. So you'll see more on FreedomTV.info. Look for updates, and especially go to tm.me US road trip. So
go ahead and check that out. And I've dropped all the links. All the links are in the description below. I also dropped them in the live chat. We've been going for almost exactly an hour here. We really appreciate everybody tuning in, everybody watching on the replay. Hit in the like and subscribe button for all the videos here on my channel, and going to FreedomTV.info and liking and subscribing to their channel. It supports all of us in the community when we work together and pump each other's bags. We're so happy to be able to bring you this amazing conference and many more surprises along the way. The price of HEX, it just keeps going bananas, and so we're going to keep seeing more and more to come. So definitely stay tuned. And any other final thoughts here, Tony?
No, that's it. Just follow us at freedomtv.info. Definitely, you want to, if you stand up as a Hexican, if the tour is going to your city, if you want to fight, so that if you really want us to be in the be a stop on your tour, your hometown, please hit us up. You know, we'll want to make as many stops as possible, as many workshops as possible, so that we can get the word out. And of course, definitely tell your friends and family about the convention, the conference, sorry, the Hex conference that's coming up, so they can get onboarded too. And, you know, see your best, all the streamers, all your, you know, definitely be all your fans. I'm a fan. You know, I still, I'm a fan. I love it. That's why I'm doing this.
Yes.
So love you guys. You know, just keep pumping the price, you know, for all of us.
Sure.
And we're, you know, I see you on the flip side.
Yeah. Take care and stake wisely, my friends. Peace out.